Go. Mr. Duan'ye going first.
Woo!
Verified.
I believe in you.
My brother gonna go get this comedy show.
Alright, you bland potato salad, egg roll eating motherfuckers. Listen up! The name of this skit is called The Shit I Don't Like. So when I say you know what I don't like, you gotta say what you don't like.
What don't you like?
Okay, so y'all got it?
Yep.
Alright. What I don't like. You know what I don't fucking like?
What don't
What
you
don't you
like?
like?
Duan'ye?
That I had to eat 10 hot dogs and my asshole looked like a pocket pussy after. You know what I don't like?
What don't you
What
like?
don't you like?
That fucking judge made me a part of the 70s Down Syndrome Avengers. You know what I don't fucking like?
What
What
don't
don't
you
you
like?
That fucking centipede that I can't find. But you know what else I don't like?
What else don't you like?
That fucking judge killed that poor little toy to wear his outfit.
Woody from Toy Story. Yes, sir.
And most of all, you know what I don't fucking like?
What don't you
What
like?
don't you like?
That fucking Shinji speaks English and Japanese at the same time. I don't know if he's saying arigato or I gotta fucking go. You know what else I don't fucking like?
What else don't you like?
Neffy's fucking black hairstyle with the white lesbian spinoff. You know what I do hate?
What do you hate?
Delaney's thick ass Inspector Gadget shoes that she's always fucking wearing. But you know what else I don't fucking like?
What don't you like?
It's Ben's weak ass Nazareth hairline. And last, it's not over, but it's
You got
just
8 minutes left.
yeah. All right. So I'm not done. It just says last but not least, so I'm just letting you know I'm not done.
Copy.
Okay, cool. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What else can't you fucking stand?
It's Tayleigh's thin ass Yzma from Emperor's New School body. And you know what else just pisses me the fuck off?
What else pisses you the fuck off?
It's fucking Jet's microbladed windshield wiper ass eyebrows.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
And these are all the things an illegal immigrant can't fucking stand. That's it.
7.5 minutes left.
I know.
Just improv it.
You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What
What
else
else
can't you
can you
fucking
stand?
stand?
It's Jimmy's jittery ass body always around here yelling and screaming like a little cunt. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What
What
else
else
can't
can't
you
you stand?
Fucking Brian Cole Sprouts ass bang. You know what else I can't stand?
What else can you stand?
Trish's fake ass water tattoos that she's always trying to show off that can wipe off. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What
I
else?
don't know if the cameraman is a Mormon or a fucking Quaker how tight his shirt is buttoned up. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What else can you stand?
This bitch molesting every animal she holds. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What else can you stand?
It's Neffy's fucking overbite. Can't stand it. Do you know what else I can't stand?
What else can you stand?
That fucking bald spot and Ben's head is getting more shine and light than me. You know what else I can't fucking stand?
What else can you stand?
Jimmy's ugly ass Kazakhstan outfit that he's wearing. But you know what else I can't stand?
What else can you stand?
You're looking at me. Go ahead, pick on me again.
That's solid, Duan'ye. You want to call it?
Yeah, I would call it.
That's solid. That's 4 minutes. So I think 10 minutes is a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for
You know, like 5 to 7 is.
Try to fill 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good though. That's hard to do. That's hard to improv like that.
Yeah,
What's
no,
up?
good job.
I did time mine, and like I said, a little over 10. Is that still okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you next?
Well, no, I'm not next.
Jimmy's is over 10 minutes. But that's okay.
You know what I can't fucking stand? These jokes.
All right, so let's go. Delaney, you up?
Yeah.
All right.
Well done, Duan'ye.
Thank you.
Good job, Duan'ye.
Let me try to remember what I was going to say. Oh, I guess I could just go off on you guys first since we're kind of in that mood.
Speak up.
Yes.
A little louder.
Okay. Let's see. Tayleigh, you look like no. You're the edgiest Forever 21 employee I've ever seen.
That was good, yeah.
Nifty. Why did you tell me earlier that you fucked a 16-year-old when you were an adult? That was fucking crazy. Shinji, you're cool, honestly. I don't have anything to say to you.
I said I dated a 16-year-old.
Alright. I just spit stage. Duan'ye, you talk too much. Why do you do that? TJ, I don't think you're funny at all.
Aww.
Brian, you're a beta cuck. Shinji, you're also a beta cuck. Actually, Shinji's the only alpha in the house.
I will give that. I will say that.
Someone should crack a keckassle joke about Goobaz Clark or Soft. I'd kick my socks off at a top KMF Goobaz joke. Jay.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, I could tell from the way that you handled the women earlier in the wrestling room that that you know how to handle things. Let me think. Oh, something about like how feminists need better conspiracy theories if like men are going to give women rights, like things that can't be proven, like.
You knew what I hate niggas who aren't funny.
Like stuff like tampons make cramps worse. I don't know, it's not even really a joke. And then I had a whole thing about like a whole caricature I was going to do about this like AI Rosie the robot. Basically for like the modern man, like here's your goon, some shit about goon caves. I don't know. That's all I got. That's really all I got.
Can you improv for 45 seconds?
Oh yeah. I don't know what. Why am I here? Why am I here? This is like truly hellish, and I'm really glad that I got here right as I was getting sick to make as many of you people sick as possible. That makes me feel great. It's very heartwarming. That's it.
Good job. Not bad. That's 3 minutes, 20 seconds. If you're a contestant, if you're up for elimination, you can't go 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Who's next here? Trishels.
Trishels.
Not Trishels.
No.
Don Trishels. Tom's going there.
Alright. What an honor to be on this show. This show is absolutely insane. My time here is something I'll never forget. Like when I signed up for this competition, never have I ever imagined that judge would give me a fucked up haircut to make me look like Nifty over here. People really have the audacity to compare me to the nutcase that looks like she got her head put through a weed whacker. Thanks, Judge. This whole experience was pretty traumatic, but it's okay, because my life is always traumatic. I'm Filipino for starters, like that already says a lot.
Okay.
We're like the blacks of all Asians. We really don't fuck with anyone else, just like the blacks.
Exactly.
The other Asians don't really accept us because we're ghetto as fuck, but it's okay. At least we're still cooler than the actual blacks. But you know what's worse than the blacks? The gays.
Here, here.
I have an issue with the extremely. I have an issue with the extremely open gays. The ones that talk about their sexuality consistently. No one wants to hear about how many dicks you want to shove up your ass, or how you want to turn a straight man gay. Duan'ye.
I never said that, but that's a good joke.
The LGBT whatever is so weird to me. It has such a wide spectrum that it's just retarded as fuck. I really feel like people have Down syndrome these days. Women that label themselves lesbian but date trans men are delusional. Y'all just be with pussy men that wear dresses. But also having a hatred for straight men, like that makes no sense. Anyways, this house has some weirdos in it. Pretty sure a majority of the people in here have the tism. Like Delaney and TJ for sure are two of them. I'm thinking that Delaney should share more of her kratom with TJ just to make him just as slow as herself. Then maybe he would stop rocking so damn hard. As for Jimmy, someone better get him a dog to shut that boy the fuck up. Keep him busy. TJ, I would beware of Tayleigh. She looks like a 12-year-old child midget. It's a trap. Production is trying to catch you slipping. Also, Brian, are you sure that gay alert thing is a joke? Because after seeing you deal with CK, I'm starting to think that she fucks you in the ass. Beta energy. She obviously wears pants. That's all I got.
Yeah, that was solid. Yeah. That was not bad. That was good. Alright.
I'm up for elimination, Judge, so it has to be this one, this.
Tayleigh.
Trish looking like she escaped from a prison psych ward, bald, five-head ass, ghetto, rat tail ass girl. Interrupted looking ass.
That's a compliment.
Are we allowed to get water at all before we go up? No.
You need water. You that nervous?
Man, sure.
Alright, y'all ready?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, oh, it's already started. Okay.
Okay, we start.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We go around the room to roast y'all real quick. Tayleigh, when you first showed up here, all you kept police.
Trish, you my hood rat day one queen. Don't let any of these fish get their slime up on you. But thank God you have immunity.
Trish, that's all I have to say. Nifty, you keep mentioning that banana in the condom there, but I guess a whore doesn't understand an airtight seal. You're confused on how it's being preserved. Delaney, you are a racist drug addict. Jimmy, I know you don't fuck dogs, but you are still in the bestiality from all the whales you've been fucking. Duan'ye, you're black and gay, and you're like JB Smooth, but not funny. Shinji, you got your dick sucked by an old man. You're gay. Taylor, you 1000% did porn. TJ, you have to stop this bullshit if anyone's ever going to take you seriously in life. Please stop rocking all the fucking time. Thank you. Back to Nifty. Nifty, if your wife has a penis and you guys share men, that just makes you a straight slut and your wife a gay weirdo. Well, speaking of gay people, I wish you all would really chill the fuck out. You complain so fucking much about how hard it is in this country for you, but it seems really, really easy to be insufferable faggots 24-7.
Yeah.
Also, back to you, Nifty. Nifty, you make The Office references in 2023 and you're trying to be a stand-up comedian. What the fuck are you doing? Duan'ye, how would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning?
I didn't.
Thank you. Perfect.
Thanks for the
Also, I find it funny black people are obsessed with having pit bulls, the dumbest, most violent dog possible. And I'm going to shut up Native Americans for a little bit. I live around a lot of Native Americans, and every single stereotype about them is true. They're drunks, they're drug addicts, and they beat the shit out of their wives. But the one thing that bothers me is they can't grow beards, and this is true. Native Americans cannot grow beards, but I guess when you get so historically mobbed, your T levels drop significantly generationally. Black people again, am I right? But seriously, what the fuck is up with you guys and not being able to heal the smoke detector? Do you think it's voodoo in the walls when you hear that chirp every 30 fucking seconds? Maybe that's why you guys are so tired all the time. That shit keeps you up. For someone who invented everything, you guys have a really hard fucking time with batteries. Anyone here ever watched that Avatar show? You like the Avatar show?
The Last Airbender, right?
Yes, The Last Airbender.
Oh, of course.
You know, I thought they could have a missed opportunity there with being able to bend bodily fluids. Aang should have been a gay man, and it should have been called Fagatar, the last ass bender. And then we're going to talk about differences between men and women for a little bit. And the biggest difference I've noticed in men and women is our reactions to fear. And the biggest way you can see this is reactions to childhood molestation. Whenever a woman is molested, they typically go and become a lesbian because they are now afraid of penis. Women run away and avoid their problems. Whereas when a young man is molested by another man, he spends the rest of his fucking life sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass to tackle his problems head on like a man.
That was good. That was good. That was a good one.
A lot of people ask the question, slut daughter or gay son? This question has never ever mattered to me because a slut daughter is an oxymoron, and I wouldn't have a gay son because I wouldn't molest my son.
Are you the last person that's not up for elimination ready to go?
Well, no.
My grandma died of cancer. It was funnier than this.
I went
Nifty,
days ago.
Nifty did it. She's a gentleman. She knows how to do it again.
I was the first one to do it.
Yo up,
Put
Tayleigh.
rocks in your butt. Put wood chips in your butt. Put ice cubes and toy soldiers in your butt. Sand, put it in your J.
So, how are we doing?
Good.
Like I'm in the fucking peanut gallery.
You don't understand. They will make you do anything. They will make you do stand-up. They will make you pay rent on time.
So, being in this house for the time that I have is really giving me the perspective of what it must feel like to be in prison. In terms of physical environment, I've had no direct sunlight or fresh air on top of rationing food, but that's not all. While being in here, I've seen a girl go into psychosis and get sent to solitary, met a Kensington resident, and a gambling addict, witnessed the beginnings of a race war. My cellmate has a face tat, and I'm being preyed on by a depraved butch who's probably Jewish. All prison rape jokes aside, I want to talk a little bit about my past. I come from a small traditional Texas town named Stephenville, Texas. In Stephenville, we get up every Sunday morning for church. We make sure the cows, the chickens, and horses are fed. Hang out at the Coffee Cup Cafe, all starting with K. And we also like to do a little ceremony where we dress in long white robes with pointed hats, hold hands in a circle around a cross, start a nice cozy fire, and chant about people like Duan'ye. I call that a circumflex. Even though I listed some of the Stephenvillian traditions, there's one that I cherish the most. While the men are out working the horses or harvesting the crops, us women like to make sure there's a nice warm meal on the table every evening for our sweethearts. But if there isn't, the working men know and make damn sure there's a nice warm ass whooping waiting for the woman who failed to do her job. But I'm sure Jimmy already knew about that tradition.
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
And you may be asking, why would she say that about women? Isn't she a liberated dommy mommy who hates men? To answer that first question, I say that about women because I know women are biologically lesser than men, and in my opinion, we belong in the kitchen. The greatest thing a man could ever tell me, and it sounds like music to my ears, is make me a sandwich, bitch. And as for that second question, I don't hate men as much as I hate women. I've been wronged, bullied, and swindled by more women than men in my life. All women sit and do is complain about problems they say are caused by men. But who causes the men's problems? Women do. which is why Jimmy is the ultra mega Chad for what he did during the triathlon. I am a strong woman beating supporter myself, and I 100% agree that a woman really does need a good slap to the face and needs to be told to shut the fuck up. Speaking of shutting the fuck up, what's the deal with Jewish people? And that's all I got.
Alright, so now we're on to people who are going to be eliminated, possibly. Is anybody worried?
Yes.
Yes.
I do need to pee before I go. I would like to go last.
Go ahead, go pee.
Okay.
You guys worried?
Yes.
She didn't learn anything from what you said, Nifty. You need to talk to her personally after this.
She also wrote this before this whole thing and only had that was 10 minutes ago.
Are you guys worried?
Give her time. I'll go first.
Do you think Shinji's going to lose?
I think I'm gonna lose.
Shinji's pretty funny.
I know, right?
Do you think Jimmy's going to lose?
No.
Jimmy's pretty funny, man.
I know, right?
Trish, who do you think's going home tonight?
Like any of these three and Jimmy?
Yeah. Those three and Jimmy, yeah.
I would say it's either between those two, Tayleigh and TJ.
Possibly.
What about Jimmy?
Jimmy's pretty funny.
Jimmy's pretty funny, man.
Shut the fuck up. Don't argue with me, Nifty. I hate you so much. Just teach that bitch to be anti-racist, you
Jimmy
idiot.
could blow it. It's never too late to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Or whatever. Jimmy could blow it. If he talks about sex the
Mr.
whole
Judge,
time,
can we start one of the fires Tayleigh was talking about in this house? You should make use of Kanye being here.
You should draw straws. Everyone's gonna want to go last.
Draw straws, okay. What are you going to think if Tayleigh goes?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be upset. I'll be upset. I'll be saddened.
You be saddened?
Correct.
Did you end up giving her the 60 chips?
No.
Ouch. Alright, yeah, let's draw straws here. I'll use the straw drawing app on my phone. No, I'm gonna
I'll find a way. Oh, I know. Game of chance.
Game of chance.
Alright. In my hands, I have 4 cards. 4, 3, 2, and ace. Ace will go first. 4 will go last. In that order.
They can see the bottom.
No, you can't.
If I can see the bottom,
Take your glasses off.
Oh, I can see the bottom too. I can see the bottom.
Can you at least let TJ take a shot first to calm his nerves? Nigga is way too shook for this shit.
You shook?
I can't.
Give me a little.
You want to give him a shot? Is that too much to give him a shot?
Let's give them all a shot.
Shot. Salute.
Want a shot?
Salute.
Yes,
Go,
please.
go grab one yourself there. You got it.
all of them meaning them.
Anyone who wants one.
Oh,
I want a
Shut
shot.
the
say
door.
don't force me to drink.
Huh? Only the people up for elimination.
I love shots.
Want a shot, Jimmy?
Even if I want one, no, but even if I did want one, I can't have one, remember?
What do you want?
Whatever.
Always has to do these
You can't actually.
Want Bacardi?
How are you gonna feel if you stay and Shinji leaves?
Judge, please do a set at the end to show them how it's done down in Swamp.
You should.
I'm doing the way they do it in the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinji, how are you gonna feel if Jimmy goes home tonight?
Cheers.
But you'd still
Cheers.
be in the game.
Yeah.
Who would make you the saddest to see leave?
Absolutely.
Jimmy? Yeah. Jimmy, how about you? Probably Shinji? Yeah.
At this point, tie between Brian and Shinji, but most definitely Shinji.
What's another name for a cream pie? Putting a load in the dishwasher. Me, 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 me,
No one touched
me.
the cards yet.
Me.
Excuse me, Taylor. One of you is staying at the Marriott Inn tonight. One of you 4 is
staying at the Marriott Inn. You can watch South Park and have nice AC and try to break these hundreds you've earned at the hotel snack machine. That's going to happen to one of you in less than an hour. The 4 cards, as I explained, ace, 2, 3, 4. Ace goes first, 4 goes last. Shinji, pick a card. And don't, just put your hand on it, pull it towards you, don't reveal it. Jimmy? TJ? Tayleigh?
Ah, fuck. Sorry, burned myself.
Flip your cards.
Oh!
I know, right?
Pain on. Get on up. Whenever you're ready, Playboy.
Yes, sir. Christmas break. A festive time for friends and family, and displaying your love for them by paying out the ass for whatever new gizmo that an algorithm told them to buy. Now, and of course, let's not forget there's no better way than to celebrate the birth of our Lord Christ than drinking yourself nearly to death and miraculously rising the next day. Now, my friends and I, freshly 21 and stuck at home, we pondered as to how to keep up with these Yuletide traditions. Then, with much deliberation, we came up with what better way than to go to the casino. Now, this thought made me shake even more than I usually do. To go to the casino, I don't know, just imagine just going to the casino. It's on par, you know, to lose money at the casino, but seeing me shake all around and asking these seasoned gamblers what good hand there is, and you know, that I might as well just be walking in with a shirt that says "Rob me." So, but thankfully, I am blessed with a gambling grandfather whose digits are flattened by years of mashing buttons, and hands are stained with the suits of the cards that rarely ever leave his hands. So naturally, I go to my grandpa's for a visit to beg for any chance of me looking less like a fool than I already am. So, but when I ask him this, he sort of stiffens, becomes statuesque. His milky eyes, they go wide. He's looking at something, but whatever it is, it's not there. And his dry, wrinkled lips speak. When I was a police officer back in Detroit, 1967, down at Woodward Avenue, I was called for riot control. There was lines of police cars. I was there with my fellow officers. We had cold, hard guns in our hands, and the summer sun beat down on us. There was 3 men of hose connected to fire hydrants leaking, eager to be released. And down their guns stared on a crowd, a black one. There were men women, and even children. And they all had fire in their eyes. They all spoke with a chant. They all waved the same signs. Black liberation. All white, no rights. They were one. They were unison. Even amongst the crowd, there was white students around your age. Their voices spoke the same cadence. They carried the same signs. They might as well be the same. But through all this chanting, this righteous talk, a squeal rings through. Cease your discourse and face the consequences. Still, the fire did not flicker in their eyes. They stayed strong. They didn't even move an inch. Now the officer who said that was right next to me. He said to me, "These niggers have so much cotton in their ears they can't even hear sense." Then he puts his microphone up to his face again. "Prepare fire!" All in unison, you just hear a click, and just within a moment, an explosion. All the ones in front fell first. They fell to the hard asphalt below them, and others began to run behind. But some of them would be hit by the jets of water that just shot them, just maybe just as hard as our own guns. Water began to flood around and flow about the bodies. It was starting to mix with red, bloody bodies, gasping for air, with holes through their carcass. There was limbs, fingers floating all about, surrounding them. The men, the women, even the children, they were all cut down the same. Even the white ones, they laid their blood-soaked lips, begging for any help. Their blood mingled with that of the blacks, which they called brothers and sisters. Their cries mingled with theirs as well. I met the eyes of everyone I shot. I saw when my bullets penetrated them. I saw the holes that I made. I saw the blood seep through them. And I saw when they fell, and I saw the last huff of the last breath they took. I wanted to help people. I was a police officer. But that day I was a butcher. Now, my grandfather telling me this. I just a silence like I've never heard before fell upon me. The coldness of winter seemed to creep into the room with us. I didn't know what to say. I never knew any of this happened. I never thought he was capable of such carnage. And we stood there for a moment, just sort of basking in this moment. Finally, I found the strength to say something, as something definitely needs to be said, and I asked, "Grandpa, why would you tell me something like that?" Then he sort of relaxes a little. His bones start to get strength again. He looks me in the face, and he leaves this despairing state. And he just responds, "Never bet on black."
Card number 2.
Oh, Judge, Tommy.
Jimmy, again.
I'm not allowed any water, so allow me to clear my throat. Before I begin, I brought a tool here. This is my anti-heckling tool. It's also my anti-Nifty mask. Nifty, I swear to fucking Christ, I will teach you what Ted Bundy was inspired by. Oh no, my anti-Nifty device. No problem. Before I begin, I want you to imagine a man so retarded and so traumatized. Imagine that, if you would. A man so retarded and traumatized that he can't even fit things together chronologically. His mind scattered, his brain's turned to mush, his penis a terrific size, yet he doesn't know how to score with bitches. You don't have to imagine, that man is me. Before I also begin, I would like to do a good prayer to a silly god. This goes out to you, Tom Servo 3. Best waifu ever. Green penis. You see, Tom Servo 3 had a wonderful educational video. It was called The History of the Hiroshima Butt Plug. And there I learned the magic phrase that has stuck with me the rest of my life. You see, I'm on the wrong fucking page. That's how retarded I am. But you see, it all started. I was born in a spook-ass Cooks County Masonic hospital. Spooky for 2 reasons. 1, it was a Masonic hospital. 2, there were a lot of blacks. 3, I'm retarded. I was born with a cone head and yellow skin. My mom got scabies, but that's beside the point. She kind of deserved it later on in life. You see, I was inspired by Rugrats. I had a very, very powerful memory even as a little baby. So when I saw Tommy Pickles, I knew what I had to do as a newborn. I had to get away with it while I still could. I had to sling crack. And by God, I became the best crack dealer in all of Chicago for a while. Owned a block squared. That's when you own 4 blocks and a cube. By extension, you own the blocks across the street. It was good for a while. The cops never suspected a newborn. How could they? I was born with yellow skin, a cone head, and I was clearly retarded. It was good for a while until it wasn't. Cops began to catch on to me. So me and my family had to flee to Kansas. There things were good for a while. But then things became bad. We realized some really horrible fucking news. It was just absolutely god-awful. That news was Kansas is boring as shit. They advertised Dorothy's home, and all you see is a little shack surrounded by a bunch of junkies. Dorothy nowhere to be seen. You would hope she would give you a little nookie for traveling all the distance. But nah, Toto was dead. We're pretty sure the junkies were using him as a fleshlight. After that, we just moved on to Pennsylvania. Yes, sir, good old PA. Where apparently I'm one of the last ones with a southeastern Pennsylvanian accent. But that's not funny. That's just fucking weird and gay. I was sent to a lot of different places before preschool. I was mostly sent to YMCA daycares. My mother didn't really hand teach me potty train wise. You see, she would sit me in front of this VHS tape called Potty Time for Him. And it's through that VHS tape that I learned about Joshua. And how Joshua had a little hole for making poo-poo. Naturally, that didn't teach me how to wipe my ass. So every time I took a shit in YMCA, I had to beg one of the teachers to wipe my ass for me. Eventually my mom realized, wait a minute, I think I have to teach this retard how to wipe his ass. I don't think I can just sit him in front of a VHS tape talking about Joshua and how he has a hole for making poo-poo. I don't think that was good. So my mom taught me how to wipe my ass, and I was allowed to go to preschool. Preschool's a madhouse, you know. It's a non-stop bike war. Every day when we were let out for recess, it's every man, woman, and child for themselves. Each one of us running for the big wheel trikes. I'm sure we all remember them, they were the shit. Especially back in the day, you could score any bitch you wanted with one of those. But if you were slow, you'd wind up with a little tyke bike. That's one that you have to power with your own feet, like Fred Flintstone. Of course, this is the year 2000. Fred Flintstone moves got you no fucking bitches. This ain't no goddamn Stone Age shit. How the fuck were you supposed to drift and do ollies and whatnot if you didn't have a fucking big wheel trike? If you had the Fred Flintstone bike, you may as well have gone back inside. Of course, I remember there were times when me and the homie would get the bikes we wanted. Each one of us would be running the other off into the grass. See, the way that recess worked in preschool is, if you went into the grass with a big wheel, that was it. You were out, you were done, you were sent back inside. And by God, were we vicious. Run each other off the road, feet getting crushed in between the big wheels. Probably committed some more crimes, but we didn't care. We were 4 years old. We were just learning our shapes and colors and shit. We couldn't have known that. And truthfully, we didn't care. I'll never forget, though, there was one day that me and my homie, we finally made it. We were the bike pimps of that recess. It was just us at the end. And I remember riding in the sunset around the playground, avoiding the grass for a while. Until we got bored and we ran our bikes into the grass, and then the teacher sent us inside. And then, of course, afterwards I got sent into elementary school. I learned some very, very important life lessons then. The first one I learned in kindergarten. Yes, kindergarten. You see, my elementary school was destroyed by a tornado. So when I first went to school, I thought it was really cool. There were barely any lights on anywhere. It was all dark, dingy, leaky. You could see every single pipe. You'd look up to the ceiling, but the ceiling wasn't there. It said it was just a hole with two big old-ass double doors. I wish that schools fucking looked like that. That shit was awesome. But that's not the lesson I learned. That school was gay and didn't look cool and all crumbling and gothic. No, you see, what I learned was at one recess. My daddy just taught me how to pee outside, you see. He was tired of me sitting on the toilet like a sissy. So, one day I have to pee at recess, and I say, okay, I'll just go find a tree. So I found a tree at recess, and I peed on it. And then my kindergarten teacher grabbed me by the arm saying, "This isn't a peeing class!" I was very proud of myself, because ever since then I started a school tradition. You see, each new generation of school students that goes to the elementary school that I went to and got suspended from in first grade, but I'm not telling that story now. You see, each generation of students avoids that tree. It's the pea tree, you see. It's like the cheese touch, but just a tree covered in my piss. Even though I got in trouble that day, I still hold pride for that. I started a tradition that no one else could have done. All because I decided to pee on a tree one day at recess. But then first grade came around. In first grade, I learned an even harder lesson. You see, I had a good friend of mine in first grade. We were all crackheads. In fact, we were the teacher's last class, 7 boys and no girls. Now, I saw him being bullied and mocked by some mean kids who were giggling at him. So I ran up to the smaller one and I kicked him in the back. And then I turned and ran, and he pushed me. And I thought to myself, alright, I'm going to stick my arms out to the side. I'm going to become the little airplane that I could, just like in that Sesame Street shit, you feel me? I was up there for what felt like hours. The goal was, as I would glide, turn around, and kick him in the face. And I just remember, in a matter of minutes, what it felt like, watching my shadow slowly but surely approach the ground. And I did a one-hand clap with this hand. Still clicks to this day. And that's when I learned you can't fly like that. You can't fly just by sticking your arms out to the side, no matter how fun that would be. Later on, I also learned an important life story. You see, my parents took me to go see Santa Claus, and I was really happy. I was extremely happy, the happiest I had ever been. I was grinning ear to ear, and I was going to sit on Santa's lap, and I was going to ask for a box of puppies. No dog fucking jokes, please. I don't like them like that. And you see, I remember I got onto Santa's lap, grinning from ear to ear, and he looked at me, he said, "Ho, ho, 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 what a fucking queer!" And he punched me right in the face off his lap. BAM! After that, I learned I can't be smiling like that anymore. That Christmas, Santa came into my house, in my halls, you see. He didn't deck them, though, he dicked them. My walls were covered in semen Christmas morning. My parents yelled at me and said maybe if you weren't such a faggot, Jimmy, this wouldn't have happened. So I really stopped smiling after a while. My father also raised me to worship an Easter critter, but not the Easter bunny. He let me know that rabbits were weak and immoral because they fucked anything that moved. In fact, the only reason one male rabbit will go into another male rabbit's home is to bite off his testicles, to ensure that his seed is the only seed that goes throughout the rabbit colony. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You see, my father taught me to worship the Easter monkey. He said, now that's a strong animal. You don't fuck with the Easter monkey. You don't be a bad boy for Easter with no Easter monkey. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I'll never forget telling my friends. They were all down with it, you know. They all knew the importance of the Easter monkey. I told them what my daddy told them. They knew I was telling the truth. Except for one. He kept dissing the Easter monkey, saying, oh, what's he gonna do? Just screech and throw his poo-poo like all the other monkeys do out in Detroit? And I said, no, it's not that kind of monkey. And he ain't gonna throw his poo-poo. Please, my brother in Christ, do not blasphemize the Easter monkey. But he kept on doing it. He kept roasting that Easter monkey. And the Easter monkey paid him a visit. And well, he got what's called Connecticut chimped. Does anyone know what it means to be Connecticut chimped?
I do.
Well, you see, there was a woman one day, and she had a friend with a chimpanzee for a pet. The friend said, hey, help me lure back my chimpanzee with this banana. So the woman approached the Connecticut chimp, and the Connecticut chimp chimped her, ripped off her face. My friend wasn't so lucky. His version of getting Connecticut chimped was having his face ripped off and all his limbs ripped off. I told that man, don't make fun of the Easter monkey. He didn't believe me. He's still alive. He's just a potato that cries and moans a lot. But I keep reminding him, you asked for this. I warned you, but you didn't listen. You see, as a child, believe it or not, production has the proof. They can show you the proof. As a child, I sounded like a masculine lesbian. Fortunately, my voice changed in middle school before we learned what masculine lesbians were in sex ed class. Otherwise, I would not have heard the end of it. Of course, when puberty hit, I stopped sounding like a masculine lesbian. I stopped looking adorable. So the big titty bitches stopped giving me hugs at the store thinking I was just all so cute. Instead, my voice changed. My facial expression changed. And I looked like Anton Chigurh. I also learned that having a deep voice in modern age doesn't guarantee you no pussy. The women at my school were mean, calling me stalker, rapist, pedophile, just because of how I looked and sounded. Of course, eventually I went to the outside world and realized that most of them were a bunch of inbred, ugly cunts. Hideous inside and out. And that they really weren't shit. A wise man once said, I will have no whores, because whores are a penny a score. That means that 20 of them bitches were only worth 1 penny. That's a pretty replaceable rate if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, with my Anton Chigurh looks activated, I learned to make them call it. They, of course, doubted me, and they thought that they weren't going to lose much. Until I gave them a double mastectomy, machete style. And, well, I gave the flat-chested girls that were nice to me the titties I just chopped off. Everyone was happy. Now, this is going to be really fucked up, you see. My life was cursed. Somehow throughout my life, there would be a bunch of strangers who I'd always mistake to be my substitute teachers. I'd always get taught the wrong shit in it. You see, when I was 4 years old, a nice old man approached me in preschool, and I thought, oh, this must be the substitute. And he sat me down and he showed me a fine movie. Winnie the Jew. You see, in Winnie the Jew takes all of 100 Acre Wood's money. And he keeps it all to himself and just keeps eating it. In fact, I remember a scene very specifically. Piglet went up to him and said, oh, Jew Bear, please. 100 Acre Woods, we have no money. We're all starving, we can't pay rent. And he said, shut up, Goyim. Just give me more smeckles of money. Turns out the guy's a neo-Nazi. I don't know what he found in me, but he took a liking to me and tried to convince me to come to his side. Maybe I reminded him with the fear of her. You know, brown hair and green eyes, clearly a mud of a bunch of different races. But that's not the worst of it. You see, in 2nd grade, I thought I was also talking to a substitute teacher. Some sweet little old lady. Didn't smell bad, reminded me of my grandma. She sat me down and she showed me Gilligan's asshole. just a gay porn version of Gilligan's Island. I'll never forget the theme song. Skipper wanted Gilligan's tail, his pants he dared unzip. That big fat homo was too large, he crushed little buddy's hip. Later on, that brought back a lot of trauma. You see, when my parents finally bought cable and I didn't have to watch PBS Kids anymore, they got into TV land to relive nostalgia. Anytime Gilligan's Island came on, I had to leave the room. The flashes of gay porn from that incident just raced through my mind and I couldn't handle it. You ever seen a fat homo break a twink's hip? It's not a pretty sight. In middle school, I was tasked with reading a book. Again, by someone who I thought was a teacher. I was tasked with reading The Diarrhea of Anne Frank. You see, it's about this incestuous lesbian named Anne Frank, and how she talks about how she loves to finger herself, and she wants to finger her sister and squeeze her sister's breasts. By the end of the book, she eats a batch of bad strawberries and has the worst diarrhea recorded in Nazi Germany history. And then the Nazis come up the stairs and find her. After the war was over, her father found her diary and said, "Oy vey, this is the hottest smut I've ever read in my life. God damn." So he published a guerrillion copies and sent them all around the world so everyone could enjoy the smut that his daughter wrote. Then, of course,
that's about 16 minutes. You got any bangers in there?
I got more. We ain't seen the top of it yet. I'll go fast. I'll go faster.
Give the funniest one.
Hang on. I wasn't even safe from PBS Kids. There's a show called Between the Lines, but whenever I was watching that channel, they'd show me a show called Between the Loins. Went, hey now, hey wow, check out what's between the loins. None of that shit was fucking wash. You realize how fucked up it is when you're a 5-year-old boy and you gotta worry about your dick being that fucking filthy? Shit was nasty. And the worst part was, when I fucking had the courage to tell my father that I wanted to be a steam engine when I grew up, he looked at me and he said, "No son of mine's going to be a steam engine!" And he sent me to normal school. It was really stupid and gay, and I hated it. But you know, it's all good, ladies and gentlemen, because at 3 years old, I was a big fan of Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues trained me. And it's thanks to this training in Blue's Clues.
17 minutes, Jimmy. You gotta...
This is the last one. I'm guaranteed an audience with God to ask him one question. Because you see, in Sunday school, before they kicked me out for being a goofy kid, they had us draw these little Jesus gingerbread men. I'll never forget just drawing it down. My own little Jesus gingerbread man. Eyes, nose, mouth, buttons, and a big penis. And you see, somehow at age 3, I instinctively knew that if you were a man, having a big penis was key to your success and happiness. Jet just broke something. And that's how I know that no matter how hard I sin, God will at least allow me one question to him. I did portray his one and only son as being hung as a horse. And, well, yeah, you want me to shut up now. So.
What's the one question you would ask?
Why? But I hope that was enough.
Great job. Card number 3.
Oh, well, no, I mean, shit, I could have gone for half an hour.
That's insane.
Who's number 3?
I'm number 3.
Go ahead on up there.
Center stage, Tayleigh.
Go ahead.
Hope I can get to the whole 10 minutes, but we will see.
You can do 5.
5?
Just do whatever is funny.
Alright. Are you ready?
Ready.
Alright. So when I first heard about this challenge, I had no idea what I was going to talk about for a whole 10 minutes. Then I realized the most retarded schizophrenic man is in the room with us right now. Jimmy. Not only does he know we're fucking dogs, which has to have some sort of truth to it, since he even said he knows exactly who's saying those rumors and knows them personally. Also, has anyone noticed how he whistles around the house? I think it's because the closest thing he can get to a rape whistle in here. Also, he also somehow has to add sexual comments to everything. Did everyone forget how he leaned close to my ear and whispered how he's a little sub and wants to be dominated?
No.
He's such a sub, I feel like he would cover himself in meat and mayo and let dogs have their way with him.
Then during the interview I had with him, he talked a lot about wanting to tie girls up with him and being the dominant one. Right before the smoking challenge, he literally begged me to slap him so he can get into the right mindset. I know, I get you have mommy issues, but please don't take them out on me. But I think my short time on the show, I'm slowly beginning to understand this guy. Everyone here, especially me, knows he loves to physically abuse women. Can you really blame him though? It's the only physical contact he can get, especially if they're 100 pounds lighter than him. I mean, even if there's money on the line, no girl wants to touch him. I know, my first day on the show, I interviewed him about his sex life. Something I quickly realized about this though is that his dick size and body count kept changing. I mean, body count wise though, it makes sense when half the body count is dogs. Another thing he mentioned during the interview is that women only want to have sex with him to steal money from him or use him in some sort of way, which doesn't make sense at all because all he can talk about is how poor and sad his life is. I know, listen, I understand. Some people even say I have addictions, but the length you go to just drink is insane. I promise you, if you go 3 hours without day drinking or making prison wine in the bathroom, you will be
Prison
okay. And last thing I'll say is, go circumflex.
Hey, hold up. You gotta do another minute and a half at least to get...
Alright, so I feel like we haven't talked about your schizophrenia enough right now. I heard something about, like the dog or something. You went to the length of getting,
You gotta stand up.
Oh, sorry. It's out of habit. You went to the length of getting some sort of weapon and trying to destroy the floor in the bedroom 3 to get to the basement where you thought there's a secret hidden message or something, or dolls. How much time do I have left?
45 seconds.
45 seconds?
Just snap on everyone in the room one time.
One time, alright. Nifty, you're kind of creep everyone out. You're a little bit of a sexual predator. Brian, you're cool. You've been chilling with me the whole time.
You gotta snap
Jimmy,
on
you're
Brian.
kind of, you're rude to me the second day or whatever, so I kind of got beef with you. Shinji's cool.
You can't say they're cool, you gotta snap on them. Brian
Oh,
and Shinji.
snap on him. Fuck. I feel like you can't say anything bad about Shinji.
You better.
Doesn't matter?
You better.
Do better. Fuck.
You're also not standing.
Tayleigh, you say the N-word a lot. Never heard you say the N-word. How much time do I have left?
You gotta snap on everybody.
Snap on everyone.
You can't say they're cool, you gotta say
Okay,
something.
Shinji, I guess you scream a lot.
Say he smells like noodles.
You smell like noodles. I guess you're gay. You shake a lot. You give me fuckboy energy. Is that everyone?
No.
Who am I missing?
Trish. And
a bunch of people.
Delaney. And Duan'ye.
She's a drug addict,
He
I
already-
guess.
she said that already.
Who else do I have left?
Trish.
Trish? Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
Brian.
I called him a fuckboy.
Oh, what'd you call Duan'ye?
A gay.
Gay.
You called him gay? Okay. Trish? You Trish.
Trish, you have a really bad haircut right now.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, it's 5 minutes.
Alright.
Now.
Nice improv. Good job.
Alright. Shinji. Y'all up. Oh!
Atmosphere is designed for laugh, not for laugh. I'm ready.
You go.
Okay. So, why Melinda Gates divorced with Bill Gates? Because Bill Gates' dick is Microsoft. Hello, I'm Shinji. Nice to meet you. So yeah, I prepared one episode, about my story. This is my experience. It's a very long time ago. So yeah,
to satisfy yourself, like where will you go? Yeah, most of Japanese people like go to the hot spring, like onsen, like public bath. Yeah, my mom like often take me to the like local onsen, local hot spring, a lot. Like when I was young. Yeah, and when you are younger than the 8 years old, like you can take your children, like I mean the other day, yeah, you can take your daughter, like if the daughter was younger than the 8 years old, and obviously also. So then, like my mom often took me to like female bathrooms, yeah, like until I growing up to the more than 8 years old. Then, so yeah, Japanese hot spring has so many variety, like calorie bath, or like carbonated bath, or like sauna also. But then there is a one, like the type of the hot spring is it's the like jet air bath, like so like in the bath like there is a jet bath like a, it's for a massage like shoulder or like back or like whatever. But for me, like when I was young age, I didn't need any like massage. So I just enjoy the like feel like the Superman like that because I can float because I was so light. I continue to do that. But one day I noticed like when you put the dick in the jet bath and take time, then you reach the very good feeling. Yeah, I reached the orgasm. I didn't know about the like masturbate or like orgasm any stuff like nasty stuff. So I just feel good. So that timing, I was kind of addicted to the like jet bath Superman masturbate. I kept continue a lot. Like when you finish that, I went to the saunas and take a time and go, oh my god, I want to feel more. Then I go to the jet bath and feel and came and like, I kept continue. Like I felt good. One day, like so I pretty like amazed. Like this is amazing. Like I have to tell to my like everyone. Like then I told like my mom.
Oh no.
Like, hey mom, if you put the penis in the jet bath or air bath, like you make me feel good. That make me feel good. Then like my mom's the facial emotion like suddenly changed. Then she said, "Stop it! Your dick fell off." Then like for me, like I was young, like maybe that timing, but I was like 7 years old. Like 7 years for that word that word is pretty tough for 7 years old. So then I pretty scared about my dick fell off. But I couldn't finish it. Like even my mom said about that thing, I kept continuing. Yeah. But then yeah, I continued until like 12 years old. Then when I entered the middle school, so there is a school trip for the like rural Japanese area. Then we went to the like rural Japanese area like called Nagano. Then we stayed in the like Japanese local cottage. It's not like hotel. It's like more like personal, like individual, like hotels, like cottage. Then like the boys stay with one of the like very old house, but the problem was there is a like huge public bath there, and there's a bathtub, huge shared bathtub. Yeah, there was the like air jet bath. Then that moment that like when I was 12, I still didn't know about the like, masturbate or like jerk off thing. So like I just said naturally to my like classmates, said, "Oh, if you put the dick in the jet bath, that makes me feel good." Then my friend says, "Okay, try it." Then yeah, I tried in front of the like 10 of the classmates. Like like that. I just like that. Then everyone watching like. Then like 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, 10 seconds later, I come. Actually no, maybe not so fast. Not so fast. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 minutes. Then I came. Then I get out of the bus with Bonner. Then everyone like watch me like, wow, like so amazed. And I squeezed my dick in front of the like 10 of the classmates. Then like the sperm like come out.
Oh my god.
Then I squeezed. Then yeah. Then that moment everyone says, "Oh my god, what is that? It's amazing!" Like because no one knows the jerk off like cum or everything. Yeah, that was my first experience of the like public jerk off. That's all. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it.